Okay, this will be the third part in the short series about taking the $12.97 truck from Walmart and putting its bits in something else. So this is the original truck. It's a New Bright, and the thing that I like about it is that it's not just got the forward, backward, left and right, but it's also got a turbo thing on the top left, so that gives it the 2 speeds. So here's the circuit that came out of it. I've made a couple of connectors for the motors, and I've converted the power input to go to a connector so I can put a 1S LiPo on it. The original power was 4.5 volts, this will be 4.2, so it's sort of close enough. And I think what's going to happen is, if you remember this boat that I made fairly recently, it was very loud and very underpowered because it's only using mini quadcopter parts. So this looks like it might be the upgrade route, and that's what I'm heading for. Of course, there's a valid point. I just watched back the footage and it actually was okay for speed once they'd done the upgrades. Been over to England for 10 days recently, so I forgot all about it really in terms of the performance, but I did do some upgrades. It may not be that fast still, but it should be quieter, and that's kind of the idea. Being more conventional, it won't make the racket that it did. Here's an idea that might work. This motor here, I'm not sure where it came from, but the shaft actually fits in nicely to one of these cotton buds. The shaft of the bud itself fits on very snugly because there are tiny little ridges on the side that must hold the cotton, and that makes for a very secure fit. What I'm going to put over the top is a piece of an FM aerial for an old transmitter, that sort of thing there from radios. Taking out a section, I'm going to cut it down to a smaller size, and we'll see how this goes. There we are, I've cut down a piece of the antenna with the Dremel and it fits really well. So that's looking good. Here's the full propeller assembly. What I've got is a mini quad prop. If I take it out the end, that then goes to a piece of wire that runs through the prop, and then to a piece of heat shrink to create a little bit of a filler to go inside here. So what I'll be doing is putting this through the boat. The whole thing will be held, this section on the outside, the metal there, will hold things in place, and then this will attach to the end. So that's that. Now I've got to work on the rudder. So here's the idea. Now, because the cotton earbud worked out well for that motor there, this one has got the same shaft diameter. I'm going to put that over the top and snap this fork down to size to create a rudder. This motor, don't know where it came from, but it's in a housing that might look a bit like an outboard on a boat, I don't know. But that's the idea, and I'll put it together and see how it does look. And here we are with the full system. I've had to go with plan B motor because this one apparently doesn't work. I think if I was to Dremel off this top piece and check the wiring's probably broken. This would have sat on it nicer though, as a piece of equipment on a boat maybe. But anyway, I'll see if this one works. It's also got less torque on this one, which could be good for keeping the rudder on, because what I'm intending to do is to use the boat frame itself to stop the turning, and more force from the motor may have meant it slipping away on the motor shaft. Don't know yet, but anyway, that was a thought. Next thing is to put it all on the boat. Right, that's everything done. Well, for a first try anyway, I'm going to leave the back hatch off on its first run. First of all, look at this fella. It's a frog, I think, or a toad. He's sitting rather flat. He just sat here on the railing, which is about 8 feet from the ground, or 10 feet from the ground. Anyway, so you can see how I've got things arranged. I've got the motor on an angle down to the prop. I've got this other motor connected to for the steering, and it's limited by the 2 pieces of metal and hopefully that's going to work out. The battery is sitting inside, of course, and the on-off switch is still in use. So if I switch it on, I've got the forwards, turbo, left and right. And there we are. I'll take it down to the water and see what it looks like. I'm expecting balance to be out and all sorts of things, but like I say, I'm not putting this back hatch on until things are a little sorted out. But there we are, the build is done. Right, let's see how this goes. I've got no idea what it's going to do, so well, first of all I need a bit of, there we are, a bit of space. Okay. Would help if I switched it on, wouldn't it? Okay. Wish me luck. Huh. Reverse works okay. Oh, I'm forward. Press the turbo. Oh yeah, it's a bit speedy. There's left. Right. Ah, right's not very good. I'll go left then. And I'll change the right. The right hand prong there I have bent to the right a bit, and hopefully that'll sort out the steering to the right. So let's give it another go. Okay. So here's to the left, and here's to the right. Yeah, it's still no good to the right. Fairly quick though when it's on the turbo. Ah, except it's in spurts. It cuts out for some reason. Oh yeah, right can sort of straighten it up. But it does need some work. Yeah, we'll bring it in. If we can. There we are. Yes, it's certainly a lot quieter, and I do prefer it. I've just got to sort out how to turn right. It may be the positioning of the assembly on the back. So the summary after 10 or 15 minutes down there just now is it's a heck of a lot quieter. It goes about the same speed. It will be a lot quicker with the turbo working, and that makes me think the antenna here is actually the wrong length. I'll test it, I'll swap it out and see if it does make a change. Reversing works, the going to the right doesn't, and I think that might be related to this motor being to the left instead of straight. I don't know, I'll have to look at more boats online and see what people normally do. But it all held together, and there's only about 3 or 4 drops of water on the inside when I'd done. So that was pretty good. Alright, thanks for watching.